Hi guys, Lindsay Blythe here, Usborne team leader from Carmel, Indiana, coming at you straight from my couch. Sorry, my eyes are wandering around. I never know where to look. Okay, I am going to talk to you briefly about hostess coaching and how important it is to properly and enthusiastically train your hostess or host before the party begins. Um, I'm sure as most of you have experienced, having a well-trained hostess and an excited hostess is the difference between a good, great, or bummer of a party. So for both home and Facebook parties, after I book the initial party, I always reach out to the hostess whatever way they most prefer to communicate, which I typically ask, hey, do you prefer messenger or text or email? I'll do just a quick initial email and say, I'm so excited for you to host a party. I know you're going to love it and you're going to absolutely love the free books and activities you'll get for the kids in your life. So, depending on how soon the party is, excuse me, I typically have two emails, we'll call them emails for this case, might be messages or text, that I send. I find breaking up the information makes it more palatable and doesn't overwhelm the host. So typically for the first email I send, I include information about how many people they need to invite to their guests to get to their target range. So I typically say you want 10 to 12 people to attend your party, so you want to shoot for inviting 30 to 40. If it's a home party, I say 25 to 30 just because some people get freaked out at the thought of having 30 people at their house, although we know they won't all come, but they don't know that. Facebook party, I typically say you want to invite between 30 and 40. And then I really stress you want to make the invitations personal, so don't do a mass text or a mass Facebook. And I'll usually put something like, cut and paste can be your friend, be sure to change out their name. The other thing I tell people to do is to make sure that they make it personal to that person. So if I'm sending it to my friend Katie, who has a 3-year-old daughter, I might say, hey, I know Amelia is really into mermaids. Check out this amazing That's Not My Mermaid book. And I'll send them a link to that to kind of get them excited. So it takes a little bit of time, but it almost always pays back your hostess. So I'll send that information, and then in the first communication, I also send some talking points. So did you know that Usborne is for kids of all ages, not just young kids? Did you know that over 50% of our catalog is $10 or less? We're an award-winning, internationally recognized publisher. Just some bullet points, and I always tell them, put your own spin on them so it feels like it's you talking. And then, so that's my first round of communication. I'll follow up with the hostess as they have questions. Typically about 4 days out from the party, I do another check-in to see how invites are coming. And then usually 2 or 3 days before the party, I will send kind of what I call the nitty-gritty. So hostess rewards chart, I send that ahead of time, but then in my communication right before the party, I'll say you have to earn $100 to start getting free books. If you want to hit the rewards threshold, you need a booking. So I really spell it out for them. This is what you pay on shipping for free books. This is what you pay for half price books, and kind of get all that out of the way. And then I'll say, here's what's going to happen through the party. I'll introduce myself. I'll do so many posts. If it's a Facebook party, I hammer home, please, please, please be there when the party starts. Be engaging. Do posts of your own, comment, tag people. I always say your hostess knows you, they don't know me, so they are way more likely to respond to you than me. And then I'll tell them to be available online over Messenger, and again, this is for it's a Facebook party. And if they are not involved, I'll shoot them a little message like, hey, wanted to make sure you are excited about your party, if you can give a little intro or a little welcome. And then I kind of do that throughout the party. And you can kind of find that fine line. Some hostesses kind of get it, and you don't need to stay on top of them. Some of them love to communicate back and forth, and so I kind of follow their lead and do kind of what I get. But definitely, the more you hostess coach, the better the party will be. Okay, let me know if you have any questions. Bye.